All right, hey everybody, welcome back. Got a new episode. This is episode 29. First, I want to start off by cracking a beer. It's a beer from Salt Lake City. It's Keto's Brewery. Salt Lake City has some fucking phenomenal beers, and they got quite a bit of breweries. I've probably been to at least 20 of the breweries that are there. But yeah, this is a pretty heavy topic, and I kind of shifted my view so you can see a little bit more. I mean, I got some more stuff in here. My room is kind of littered with it's kind of my memorabilia slash war slash, I did a lot of shit in the military. But this episode 29, yeah, it's gonna be pretty intense. I had my first individual give me a topic off of Gmail, and if you guys don't know, my Gmail is vetsandbeer dot gmail or at gmail, and this topic is pretty intense. Part of it that he talks about is what he's noticed. He said that he loves the platform and loves everything that I'm doing, which I appreciate it. Thank you. I absolutely love this, and I absolutely hope that more people will do this. vetsandbeer at gmail.com. But he said one thing that he noticed is that how many people will stop respecting veterans based on their political or worse factors out of their control, such as ethnicity and sexuality. Big topic. We are in Pride Month, and I'll tell you, I have mixed feelings about that. Not because I have anything against the LGBT community. It's a simple fact that as veterans, as military as a whole, we have 3 days. 3 days. Armed Forces Day, Veterans Day, and Memorial Day. Memorial Day for the fallen, Veterans Day for everybody that has served, and Armed Forces Day for those that are still in the military service. So think about that. We, as military members, going back 200 and something years, have fought for this country, and we get 3 days. Is that right? I think us as military members don't want to be celebrated very much. I don't go out on Veterans Day to do anything else other than, grab a beer and fucking come right back home or whatnot, or whatever the case may be, or work, or however it rolls. Memorial Day, I don't barbecue because I pay my respects. Armed Forces Day, absolutely. They deserve every bit of it. Now, granted, we have done a lot for this country. And I'm going to exclude myself from it because I have, as you guys all know, and those of you guys who know me personally, have tons of stories. Personal stories, friends stories, everything, you name it. But he's absolutely right. He talks about, how people lose respect for political views, sexuality, ethnicity, and that's not right. Those of us that served in the military, I mean, I have some great friends that are every race, every ethnicity. I've dated every race and every ethnicity. And how people judge a veteran should not happen. If with this topic, because it's so controversial, I myself am saying I don't agree with the whole month that LGBT gets. Not because I feel that it's wrong what they do. That whatever you want to do in your own privacy of your house or wherever else, that's on you. You do what you do. You do you, boo-boo. But why is the military not given a month? None of us want it. None of us need it. None of us need to be out there saying, "Oh, we're military." We don't. There's no reason why. But why a month? Now, as he stated, veterans, their respect gets taken back as soon as they say these things. I've had people look at me differently because of my political views. Oh, you're voting for a tyrant, you're voting for, whatever it may be. Just like the individual that wrote to me, he's a veteran. He's a veteran of, he did security forces, and I'm not gonna put his name out there. But he served. He wrote that blank check to the government saying, "Do what you will with me. I am at the mercy of my country, and I will make sure that I do what I need to do." He even said it in his email that there's a lot of negativity towards, service members or veterans once they feel a certain way. But he said that, during the Don't Ask, Don't Tell era, there was an individual that saved his life. So I'm taking this back a little, and he was security forces. I was an augmentee for a while. He's security forces. He wrote in there, but this was probably right around 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005. The Don't Ask, Don't Tell was repealed during the Obama administration back in 2008. So granted, he was either in Iraq or Afghanistan. And he said that the service member that saved his life, later on he found out was homosexual. But again, why does that take away from who he is as a person? He's a good person. He's serving his country. He does what he wants to do. It shouldn't take away from that. Now, people disrespect people on a daily basis. People probably don't like my podcast because of some things that I say. I don't care. I don't care. But why does it have to be that you take away the great service that you did for your country, all because of a preference, all because you were, I don't know, different ethnicity, different color, different creed. You don't like the church that they went to. But again, us as military members have served with everybody. You have people that come from different countries merged together. Some of my best friends are Puerto Rican, Asian, Black, Mexican, white, you name it. I can go on and on and on. Do we joke? Yeah, absolutely. People think I'm white and they call me a reverse coconut. Who cares? We joke. We know how we are. But this one resonated because I really, really appreciate his point of view. Why do we stop? Why does an individual stop? If you voted left, right down the middle, independent, why would somebody chastise you for what you did or who you voted for? What really irritates me about people in general is, and I'm going to give you a little example that still irritates me to this day, because after I read his email, I started, my mind was going. And I just got this email probably about 45 minutes to an hour ago. But I had to wait a little bit to kind of cool down because there was this instant where I had just retired from the military. I was going to school and I had driven to San Antonio and I was on my way back. I stopped for the night in Fort Stockton, Texas. Go to those there's like 2 bars in the whole damn town. Fucking shitty little town. But I stopped in Fort Stockton, Texas, and I go to have me a beer, which, by the way, cheers. And I'm sitting there talking to this lady, to the bartender, not this lady, a bartender. And she happens to ask me what I did. And I said, I don't do anything. I'm not working right now. I'm sustaining life, and I'm, going to school because I want to. And at that moment, you see the little bitty hamster that's in her brain, and she's talking, and she's on a rampage about how a particular president was shutting down the border and blah, blah, blah. And I said, you don't know the gist of it. And she got upset about it. Later on, she served me another beer, and she came up and she told me, you wouldn't understand because you're white and entitled. And I said, what? White and entitled? She's like, yeah, you don't work. You're going to school just because you want to. She's like, you must come from money and you don't know the hardship. Don't know the hardship. Okay, I don't know the hardship, right? I asked her, I said, how old are you? At the time, she's, this was what, 5 years ago. So she was 29, so she's about 34 right now. And what really, really frustrated me was that I asked her, I said, okay, so I don't know the hardship. Yeah, because you're white. White. Okay. At that point in time, I reached in my wallet. I grabbed my military ID, retired. Mind you, it's a retired ID. And I set it down and I slid it to her and I said, what is that? Do you know what that is? I served 20 years in the military. Okay. And my name is Pedro Vasquez. Let me say it again for you. It's Pedro Vasquez. But I'm white and I don't understand your point of view. I don't understand where you come from. Okay, let me back up a little bit more. I grew up in San Antonio, Texas, poor. My dad busted his ass for what we had, which was we had a roof over our heads, we had food, and we had vehicles to pay bills, to do what we needed to do. But he busted his ass, and we didn't have a lot of money. And her face changed. And I said, okay, so you're obviously, at the time, maybe she'd be 34, so 10 years younger than me. And I asked her, I said, where were you during September 11th? Because I don't know hardship. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. And I said, where were you during September 11th? I was like, that's right. You were about 11, so you were still on your mama's tit at home, doing whatever you needed to do. Okay. Where were you 2002, right before the Iraq invasion? Oh, you're 12, you're in middle school. Okay. You're still living in this shitty town. Got it. Okay, I'll give you that. What were you during 2005 when the tsunami hit and we were, picking up dead bodies? Where were you? Thailand, Sri Lanka, all throughout Asia, the Philippines. Where were you? 15. Got it. Okay, what about 2006 when I was in Iraq? Or 2007 when I was in Afghanistan? And her face just kept getting more shocked. And I said, but I don't know the struggles, right? Because I'm a white male who doesn't understand. Who doesn't understand that individuals are coming over and utilizing our benefits, our tax dollars. But I served, so I am allowed to say these things. It's nothing against the person that's coming across. They want a better life, but they're taking away our tax dollars. And she had nothing else to say. So now, this was an example of, I've been told I'm, white and I wouldn't understand because I'm entitled. But I'm not. I'm fucking not. Anybody who knows me knows that I've struggled through life. It's life, right? But getting to this topic, this is what triggered it all. This is what made me feel passionate about this. He talks about that. He talks about race. So I get it. I get it. There's still a widespread amount of racism in this world. I say in this world, but I mean in this country, the South, basically the South. But that shouldn't take away from who you are as a veteran, because you served. You did your time. You fucking made a difference. This guy almost died. This guy almost died, and somebody helped him. I have friends, I have family that are homosexuals. Do I care for the lifestyle? No, that's not me. But you do you, boo-boo. I have friends that are different races and ethnicities, from Middle Eastern to Podunk, Alabama. You name it, everywhere in between. Is that going to change who they are? No. No. They served our country and they have a passion. So I revert back a little. There is a reason why we have 3 days for those that served in every capacity. Those that served and died, those that lived, and those that are still active, are still in. And there should not be any reason why we disrespect them at all. They're serving our country. Are there bad apples in there? Yeah, there's bad apples everywhere. There's bad apples in police forces. There's bad apples in restaurants. There's bad apples in, the prison system. There's bad apples in politicians. All of them. All of them. But everybody deserves a level of respect. Especially veterans, when they did something for this country. He goes on to write about a little bit more. And he talks about at what point does someone's patriotism end due to bigotry? I mean, I don't know. That one's a hard one. Is it bigotry on their part, or is it bigotry on the person that's calling them a bigot? Because I vote a certain way, and people may think that I'm a bigot. But they don't know my military career. They don't know my service. They don't know my friends. They don't know my family. They don't know my struggles. So why would anybody do that? But it's society. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody thinks that their opinion matters. In the grand scheme of things, does it? Because my opinion matters to me, and that's all that matters. I don't care if I say something and you don't like it. If you say something and I don't like it, okay, cool, deuces, I'll walk away. I have friends in the military that have said things that I don't agree with. Does that mean that I'm going to stop being friends? I have a friend of mine that transitioned over from male to female. Does that mean that if he hits me up right now and says, hey, I'm in trouble, I need you to come down to wherever, fuck it, let's take a road trip. What do you got? There should not be this level of respect towards us. I wonder why. I wonder how it's even gotten to this point. But it's also, look at the culture that we're in right now. Look at the dynamics. We are divided in every aspect. Black, white, right, left, east, west. I mean, this is prime for something that hopefully never happens, that we never see in our lifetime. And it's a hard one, isn't it? It's a hard one. It makes you think. Because, I don't believe in certain things, but I'm not going to sit there and be an asshole about it. I don't have a right to be. Everybody's who they are. Everybody's who they need to be. I don't agree with some of the things that's going on in the media right now. But, hey, You do you, boo-boo. I've said it. I've said it 5, 6 times. Now, people may think that I am because I voted a certain way. I am because I have my opinions. But those are my opinions. That's what matters. I don't impose my opinions on other people, so nobody should impose theirs on mine. I have friends that are far opposite politically. We don't talk politics. We drink beers and we fucking hang out. Again, I have friends that have transitioned. I have friends that, are homosexual. It is what it is. Can't change that. I mean, you go back centuries, millenniums, and it's going to be the same thing. So why do we hate? Why is there so much hate? Am I guilty of saying stuff? I think everybody is. Or even thinking it. Even thinking it. Reflect on that. Because I know there's been times where you've probably thought something. Everybody has. But you still show a level of respect. I've thought things and then said, what the fuck are you thinking? So this one's very passionate for me. This one is a very, very, very big topic. And this topic will always continue on because everybody has their own opinions. Everybody has their own views. Everybody has their own mindset. Whether you grew up that way or you developed it that way because of stereotypes, because of your own experiences or whatever it may be. How do you retract from that? How do you come back? It's all on the individual. So what he's saying, what he is absolutely saying, like, I appreciate it. I absolutely appreciate this email because it's even made me think. How do we address the hatred amongst one another? I don't know. That's a question that everybody should be asking each other. I served. Is there some times where I see individuals that served and think, what the fuck is wrong with you? But then at the same time, hey, you served. You did your time. Okay, cool, bud. Appreciate it. I don't have to align myself with everybody, but I still show them the level of respect. And I don't hate. Sometimes I think, what the fuck is wrong with you? Absolutely right. Absolutely right. Now, there's going to be people who watch this and are upset because I am a certain way. Because I said the F word 18,000 times. But I'm saying it because it's a point. It's a matter of what I'm talking about. Sorry, I use my hands a lot and I had a little claw going. So I apologize for that. But I want people to know that this is important. Think about it. What do you do when you have that thought? Because I've absolutely retracted my thoughts. You're a fucking idiot for thinking that. And it's not the thoughts that you might think, but they're still simple little thoughts that matter to me because I've had to sit there and change them back. So how do we address the hatred? What do we do? Because this platform can go on to at least who we have now and moving forward. Do we tackle it one at a time? Because you're never going to get the hatred out. There's hatred everywhere in this world. It's all on how you manage it. It's all on how you manage yourself and your own opinions. You don't have to be that person that hates just like everybody else. You just have to be the bigger person. Sometimes it sucks, doesn't it, being the bigger person? Because I've walked away from shit that could have gone south or awry very quick. But how do we address that amongst others? You can't. You can't. Sorry, brother. I know you're security forces, but the hatred's going to be there. I wish I could say otherwise. The good always prevail, but evil will always remain, no matter what. It's like other countries talk about us and our gun violence, but then you look on TV and you have people killing each other with rocks or with knives or with sticks. Same thing, right? Cricket bats. Just because you have a weapon, or just because somebody commits a crime with that weapon, doesn't mean that weapon is bad. It means the individual was evil. That means that individual had hatred. You can stop it as much as you can, or as much as you think you can. But I would challenge everybody to whatever hatred you're holding on to, let it go. Elsa said it best, let it go. Yeah, I'm not going to sing it because I fucking suck at singing. But you have to let it go. There should be no reason. No reason at all. Now, we look around the world and we still see it. We look in our own backyards and still see it. November is going to be a hell of a fucking time. Whatever side you're on, hopefully nothing comes of anything that goes on in November. Because we saw how easily it was in 2020 when the riots were happening, when everything was going on. The script can flip like this. So be cautious. How do we stop the hate? This thing is still coming in my head quite a bit. Be kind. Share. Love. Hug. Tell your friends you love them. Tell your family you love them. I tell you guys all the time. Thank you. I appreciate you guys for watching and for listening and for paying attention to this. Because my platform is small, but I'm obviously making an impact by that message. So that message is important to me. And that's why I'm pretty passionate about this right now. Absolutely passionate. Because he's right. How do we stop the hate? I tell you guys when I sign off, love you guys, take care, be safe. And I say a few other things, like, share, comment, whatever else it was. But my message is, I'm doing this because of this. Because not only do people hate each other, but they hate themselves. And this is what I'm trying to stop. I wish I could. I wish I could snap my fingers and all the hate would go away. I wish I could snap my fingers and all the fucking suicides go away. I wish I could snap my fingers and people love again. But it's not how it works. But we can change ourselves. Because some of you guys do have a little bit of hate in you. I hate things. I hate certain people. Not because of anything that he discussed, but because I just outright do. But it's for different reasons. It's for hurtful reasons. But should I hate? No. Am I trying to be better? Absolutely. I see a therapist, and that's one of the things that we talk about. Because I'm always trying to be better. I'm always trying to do better things. And I challenge you guys. You can't stop the hate. You can't stop the hate in others, but you can stop the hate in yourself. Now, I hope that you guys bring me more topics like this. I messaged Tim and Josh, and they wanted to be here with this topic, and I just couldn't. I said we'll follow up later. I want their opinions. I want their voices. I want your voices because they do matter to me. I felt compelled to come on here right away after this message. And thank you. Thank you. I didn't want to say your name. I'm sorry, because people have different views on things. I'll say people's names if they ask me to. That's not a problem. But because of that, I don't want to put you out there. But I appreciate it. And he's security forces. I don't have very many security forces friends. He came upon this platform. He likes it, and he's showing that he that he has topics. And I hope that you provide me with topics, please, because this is great. And I will have other guests on. I've been really, really busy where I haven't been able to get on as much as I'd like, but things are going to slow down. I was talking to some buddies, and I'm going to be in San Antonio. I'm going to fly into San Antonio for about 4 days in September to see my parents. But I think as of right now, I at least have 5 or 6 podcasts that I'm going to throw on. So I hope that I can have more. I hope that my time is filled with podcast family. I mean, if I do back-to-back podcasts, I'm probably going to be a little tipsy. Just throwing that out there. So if I say some stuff that's a little off the wall, you know why. But that's what I want. I want inputs. I'm looking for a great platform. And if you have a great platform, please, let's throw that out there. I want that great platform for internet, for connection via video of you having an interview or you doing a What's Your Why across the states, across the world. I don't care. We're veterans, and this is what we do. We care for each other. Sometimes I don't have to like somebody to love somebody. I've said it many a times to my friends. Sometimes I don't like them, but I still love them. And that's the way we should all take this. I don't like people, but I still love them. So, security forces guy, I really appreciate you. That was a great email, and I hope that I get more. Those of you guys who know me and are watching this, I appreciate your support. Those of you who don't know me and who are my subscribers, hey, we're building this little empire one at a time. I got some nice little stickers that I would like to send out if you want stickers, so you can put in breweries, on your wall, on wherever. They're Veterans and Beer, and it's a podcast for vets by vets. And it's important. It's important. I might go tag the VFWs and shit. Fucking old crusty fucking veterans. I'm an old crusty veteran. Look at this shit. This shit's growing, right? So let's do it. Let's keep on. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, comment. You could think this is the worst one in the world. Comment. I don't give a shit. Still gonna fucking love you. Be safe out there. Take care of your families. Hug your kids. This weekend I'm gonna have all 4 of my kids in one place, and I'm fucking excited. but love one another. Stop the hatred. Stop the fucking hatred. And be safe. Thank you guys. Cheers. I appreciate it. If I went a little off, I don't edit. I don't do anything. I tell what I tell. And that's what makes me and this real. Because I'm not going to stop and edit. I'm not going to stop and do anything. Some people like it. Some people don't. I hope, I wish that people would just all like it. But some aren't. Some aren't. Some absolutely aren't. And I'm okay with that. But be safe. Hug your loved ones. Tell your friends, tell your family you love them. I will see you again soon. Enjoy the topics. Don't enjoy the topics. There are going to be more What's Your Whys. And I'm going to San Antonio. So all you San Antonio fucks that are out there, let's do interviews. Let's talk. Let's have a good time. Let's have some beers. And please hit me up on Gmail. vetsandbeer@gmail.com. Cheers, you all. Take care. Again, love you. And stop the hate.